Hi, Shannon O'Flaherty here. We are creators. Yep, that's right. Same thing as manifesting, same thing as connecting to our God, our source, and same thing as raising our vibration because we are vibrational beings. And everything that happens to us in our lifetime, everything that we draw to us, everything that we think, everything that we do and say is a vibration. Your voice is a vibration. And so all we need to do to create whatever we want to create is raise our vibration and tune into that kind of alignment to line up with what we want to call in. And in order to do that, what you need to do is focus on what it feels like when you already have whatever it is that you want to call in. So I was just reading Abraham Hicks, and she wrote that if you're $100,000 in debt, but you want to have $100,000 in savings instead, there's a $200,000 gap between where you are and where you want to be. And so you're not going to manifest that overnight, probably not. But what you can do is change your vibration from one of lack into one of abundance. And lack is worrying and doubting and not trusting and going down your vibrational spiral. And abundance is a vibration of happiness and joy and trust and creativity and love and taking action. So I had asked a question in the group about what is your mindset right before you fall asleep at night? You know that you can program yourself to stay in your body if you're one of these night travelers who's zipping all over the world, checking out everybody else and having disrupted sleep. You can download and program your body so that your hormones balance out, especially if you're going through menopause and are not sleeping because of that. You can download positive thoughts and loving, joyful thoughts, because so many of us are on social media right up until the moment that we go to bed, or we're watching crazy movies or whatever it is that we're doing right before bed. And really, we need to calm that kind of energy down, because then we're taking all of that really ramped up energy to sleep with us. So how can we possibly have a good night's sleep? I've been trying to watch all of the Marvel movies slowly, and I made the mistake of watching one quite late before going to bed, and I had crazy dreams all night. It was really frenetic energy. So I like to lay in bed and meditate at night. I know a lot of people love to meditate first thing in the morning. I often do that too. But for me, because I'm cooling things down and I'm getting calm, that's when I like to go up and connect to God, connect to source energy, and call in health and peace and joy and love and appreciation and flexibility and wonderful health and abundance and success. And then I send that energy out also to my nearest and dearest, so that I'm going to sleep with a loving, peaceful vibration. And often I fall asleep in the process of sending healing and love to the people that I'm caring about. And I generally sleep pretty well. And so it's the same thing in our waking hours. Whatever you're feeling, if you're not in flow with it, like if you're doing something but it's not flowing and you're not doing it in joy, or if you're feeling like, oh, I've got to do this, I've got to finish this, stop what you're doing for a moment and have some water, move away from what you're doing, do something else for a little while, and to shift your energy, get yourself in alignment, go look at a flower, do something that makes you feel joyful, and then come back to what you're doing. Because when we're resisting things, we're not going to be putting our best energy into what we're doing. And everything is energy and everything is a vibration. And so if you have to face your boss about something, a conflict, or anybody, get in alignment before you do that. And I often tell my students to write a letter, write it all out, not one to send, just write it out carefully, thoughtfully, as though you were going to send it, but write it out so that you can get all of your feelings out, so that it helps you process whatever it is that you're going through. And then sit on that for a few days, especially if you've written it in an upset state. Don't send it, just sit on it for a few days. Process what you're dealing with. And if you have healing tools, and of course you can learn them from me, and I wish you would all call me to have a mind shift call, because I can teach you some really cool stuff, tools for life that can help you stay more in balance. Now, this is not about spiritual bypassing so that we're just happy and la, rainbows and unicorns all the time. No, that's not real life. We're humans. We get knocked off our center. We have challenging things going on in our lives and real human emotions. And you need to sit with those and feel them. If you're sad, yeah, you got to cry and let all of that stuff come out. If you're angry, get a punching bag. Or in the past, when I've been angry, I've done excessive exercise, like swam until I couldn't swim anymore, or run really fast. You've got to get all of this kind of heavy energy out of your body. And then pray. Go up to your God and your source and ask for help. God, show me what it feels like to accept this situation, or show me what it feels like to have God's definition, understanding, perspective of the truth. Show me what it feels like to understand this other person's truth, even if it's not mine, so that you can sit well with yourself, so that you're not taking things personally and not projecting your stuff out on other people. It is work and it is practice. That's why we call this a spiritual practice. But you can create whatever kind of vibration, whatever kind of internal feelings you want. And sometimes when we're in our own stuff, it's hard to do that for ourselves. So call somebody who can help you. Like me, call me. When I'm stuck, I call one of my healer friends. I have quite a few healer friends, of course. And because it's hard to see your own stuff when you're right in it. And so then you can receive healing and help and insight from other people who can hear what you're not hearing about yourself. But we can create anything that we want, and that comes down to changing our vibration. And you can change your own vibration immediately in one hot second by thinking of something that makes you feel joyful and happy and focusing on that. And what you want to call in, then focus on what that looks like, what that feels like, what it smells and tastes like, and how you feel and how the people around you feel and what it looks like. Focus on the thing that you want, and then forget about how that's going to happen, because we all get so locked up in the process of how to get there. And we think that, well, we've got to do it this way. We've got to work really hard. We've got to struggle this way, that way. Don't worry about all that. Just focus on the end game of what you want and really feel that and trust it and be one with your source and raise your vibration, and just focus on keeping your vibration up all the time. If you do that every day, your life is going to be so much easier, and you will naturally be more in flow with everything that you do. If you'd love to learn these tools for life, I'd love to speak to you. So please private message me and book a complimentary mind shift call. Let me help you get through this time in the world. It's a challenging time, but it doesn't have to be so tough every day. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.